Welcome to the Green Kitchen. It's a show that celebrates the link between nature, nutrition and livelihood. In this second season of the Green Kitchen, we are talking about a very staple food combination from across the country, which is the dal bhat. Professor Pant, tell us what this combination is known for. Why is this special?
You know, this very colorful combination which you have in front of us is very fascinating for more reasons than one. But when you think in terms of Tamil Nadu, you think of rice. It is the great rice growing area, the Kaveri Delta, the Godavari Delta, the Kaveri irrigated lands. Famous, we were talking some time back about rice spawning civilizations. So this is the kind of grain which has spawned the Cheras, the Pandyas, the Pallavas, the early Cholas, the later Cholas. So rice is inseparable from Tamil Nadu. But when you look at the red rice, you start thinking that you have red rice in the Himalayan region and you have red rice in Kerala. So how is this red rice different from what you normally are offered in Tamil Nadu? And when you look at this dal, you again are thinking this is tur dal, which in north is called Arhar, very common dal. When you go to a dhaba on a roadside along the GT road, you either are given Mahdi dal, the dal Bukhara, the dal Maharani Makhni dal, or the yellow dal. But when you call yellow dal, you never know whether you are going to get a chana dal, dhuli, husked urad dal, or a moong dal, or a combination thereof. But this dal is arguably the most popular dal in India. It is cooked everywhere. It is also grown everywhere. And so there is a very interesting combination. So in this case, let's reverse the order and talk about the dal first. So there are several geographical indicators awarded to the tur or Arhar dal. There is the Kalburgi GI indicator in Maharashtra and Karnataka. In Madhya Pradesh, you have the Narsinghpur dal, which is there. And in Uttarakhand, in Garhwal, there is the tur dal, which they are very fond of. So which dal is the most flavorful and most tasty? This dal is also very interesting because all over the southern India and the peninsular India, you have something called sambar. Or you have paripu. Now, interestingly, we don't have the word sambar before the time of the Nayakars in Tanjore. In the Lalitar Mahal library, in the Modi script, there is a description how in the time of Sambhaji Sarfoji, he was wanting to eat his sweet, sour, tangy amti and didn't get tomatoes included tamarind, and then thus was sambar born. This would be disputed greatly by the Tamilians who would say that no, it was not called the sambar, but it was cooked earlier. But if you talk in terms of the Tamil classics like Silapadikram, Mani Mekhlai, written by and composed by a Jain Prince Ilango Adigal, you would see that you would hear of rasam, flavorful aromas, but nobody would talk of sambar. But today, rasam is a different papad course. We treat it as a soup. Rasam sadam is very seldom used. You have ter sadam, which is the last one, rice grains with cold curd. But sambar is universally there, the foundational base of all the South Indian sambars. You eat it in Chennai, you might be eating it in Triplicane, Mylapore, Kapalishwar temple, next to Kapalishwar temple. You could be eating in the Sundareshwar temple, Madurai temple in Madurai. The two sambars would taste different. One would have a sweetish taste, other would have a tangy taste. You could be having the sambar in Karnataka. But what would remain common is the tur dal. So it would be very, very much there. So I think what we'll be talking of the pairing is that you have a sambar which is cooked differently in different parts. It's not only biodiversity, it's a diversity of recipes. And we are celebrating biodiversity and we are celebrating recipes. So if you have, now the North India, we call ourselves the North Indian barbarians, when we have a sambar, We put everything into it. We put tomatoes, we put potatoes, we put shallots, madras onions. Some people put even brown onions, and we have curry pattas, and we have ready-made sambar powder. And we have, of course, at times drumsticks, at times kaddu, at times pumpkins, at times chichinda, other god. But I think the beauty of the sambar which we are going to do today with this tuar is to allow us to savor the tuar dal in its best glorious form. So what we'll do is that we'll prepare it not with a ready-made sambar masala of this brand or that brand, but prepare a fresh sambar masala is like it was done till a couple of generations back in East Tamil household, and cook it fresh with sambar, not overload it with vegetables, but have it with drumsticks, some curry leaves, good tempering, and one vegetable of choice perhaps. So that would allow us to taste this tuar dal in a sambar incarnation very well.
हमारा तमिलनाडु का.
This is the Tamil Mapila Samba rice, also called the son-in-law's rice, the emperor's rice, the band rice, and call it what you do. आपने थोड़ी कंजूसी कर दी.
अच्छा और
I would like a little more.
Okay. Sorry.
Thank you. And I will make a hole in the middle.
Yes.
We come to the rice, and this rice again is Mapili rice, which was reserved for the son-in-law. And when the newly married son-in-law came to the house, he was supposed to display his prowess to power to consume, his potency to consume the marriage. So the next morning, after he'd been duly fed, he would be given a breakfast made out of this rice. And this rice was supposed to be particularly nutritious, protein-packed, very rich, health food, super health food. So it would give power breakfast a new definition. But then when lab tests were performed, this rice, like so many other red, magenta, black rices, wild rices, is indeed packs a lot of punch. There is higher content of proteins, there is higher content of minerals, zinc, magnesium, potassium, iron. There is very high content of vitamins, and it sort of is sticky and not very fragrant. But if you have been raised on this one, on the rice which was for the favorite son-in-law, you would be not missing the aroma, but use it for flavor. And then again, as in Ayurveda, and Kerala has a strong tradition of Ayurveda, which filtered down to the adjacent areas of Tamil Nadu. It has a property, the tasir, which is a cool one. So in a particular climate, in a deshkal, according to Ayurveda, this rice would be better than polished, long-grained, aromatic, possibly more expensive rice. And the beauty of these rices is, these red rices, the violet rices, the magenta rices, give them any name you like, is not only colorful to look at, it grows with far lesser amount of water required for irrigation of a finer variety of rice. So call it the emperor's rice, because the legend is that it was only fit enough for the emperor's table. Or you use a kheer. Let's not, I'm tempted to do that, but we probably will do a sweet dish with some other red rice. If you had a parippu payasam, which would have a kheer-like delicacy, dessert, which would neither use rice grains, ordinary rice grains. It would be this kind of a grain. It would not be this dal. In that case, it would be moong dal, parippu payasam. You would have coconut milk and you would dispense with the milk also. So there are things which people do with this rice which looks beautiful. If you had red rice, parippu payasam made out of this, coconut milk and palm date jaggery perhaps, nothing would be like that.
So is it that grows only in Tamil Nadu, or because the whole of the South India is actually connected? So
I would go further. I would say the whole of India is connected.
Yeah.
I mean, from the days of Adi Shankaracharya, who started his journey from Kerala near Kaladi and went all the way to Kedarnath in Uttarakhand and had his final Nirvan from that place and set up the Kedarnath temple there. He is the one who established 4 dhams on the 4 corners of the earth. You go to Mamallapuram in Tamil Nadu and you have this Arjun's penance which shows the descent of Ganga. I mean, we are talking of the early Pallava times, 4th, 5th century, 6th century AD. So for 1600 years, people have travelled the pilgrim route, armies have travelled, scholars have travelled, artists have travelled, and food is travelled with them.
So it is also available in Kerala, and it is grown
It is
there.
most certainly available next door in Kerala. It is available in next door in Karnataka, some regions. But it is also encountered from Himachal Pradesh to Uttarakhand to Manipur. So you go to Nepal, you also have this rice there. So the point is, I think the food has travelled. All you need to is to carry a fistful of seeds. The old story about coffee is that Baba brought 3 seeds of coffee beans and coffee was grown here. So you have the similarity. You have a handful of seeds. You scatter it somewhere and you wait if the microclimatic region is right and the soil is right. It will grow there. And then you decide that you own it up. So I think it's pointless to say, ye hamara hai, this is mine, this is his. Food has intermingled all over. I must honestly confess that this is the most attractive, seductive color.
Yeah.
You see, look at this. This is really red rice.
Yeah, it's really...
It is not raktadanta. It is not part of it, part of red. It is not pinkish. It is not dark black. It is actually, when you cook it, it's beautiful scarlet red. I think this is really very, very nice.
So even after cooking, the color remains?
Color will become a little subdued. It will not be the same color. This is almost pigeon Sai ruby. I mean, it's such a beautiful... I would like to munch it raw, but perish the thought. I think this is beautiful. We'll have parippu some other time, but I think you will love even the simplest sambar, Tamil sambar, made with freshly ground masalas for
So
this.
does this have a GI tag also? The rice, as you said, the tur dal has a GI tag. But is the...
to the best of my knowledge, I have not come across a GI tag. This is going to be more complicated because this is grown in so many places. A GI for Manipur, a GI for Uttarakhand, a GI for Himachal, a GI for Kerala, a GI for Tamil Nadu. It would be a bit odd, I mean, 5 GIs for just one red rice, it will confuse the market.
Thank you, Pushpesh ji, for joining us for the Green Kitchen. And we will be back with more episodes in which we are talking about different dal bhat combinations from across the country. And till then, please do try preparing them and let us know what you think about this. And we will be back soon. Thank you.